Hi cuties! Welcome to my year about art, and this week is week 7. Our prompt this week is mosaics. As much as I want to try real mosaics, I didn't want to go out and buy all the supplies. I didn't want to buy like tile cutters and all those sorts of things. So I'm going to do paper mosaics. My inspiration for this is kind of like ornamental vintage plates, and I've seen some mosaics that have been really cool, and they're basically those plates smashed up, put together again, and then you've got a random assortment of other tiles around it, but in some sort of like pattern. I also really like the colored like grout, or like the colored cement that you would essentially put underneath it. So I'm thinking of executing something like that. I am thinking like a vintage ornamental plate that's got like flowers around it, maybe has like a cat in the middle, and then I'm going to cut it as though I've smashed it. I don't know if this is going to work. I like the idea, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to fully execute it. So that's what I'm thinking. I've got a canvas. I've got a square canvas that I think is like a nice size. Can do like a little plate and still have a bit of like ornamental tiles and colors and prints and stuff around the side. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to try and execute it in a way that it looks sort of like tile. Like I'm sort of hoping, I think somewhere I've got some sort of like gloss spray or something that I could maybe put over the paper so that they look like ceramic tiles. I don't know. I'll do it if I have it. If I don't, I won't. And then I was thinking about using modeling paste, which is what I used when I made my cake. I was thinking about making that as like the background cementy stuff behind the mosaic. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out, because I never know what's going to happen. So that's sort of my plan. Basically, I'm going to make some fake ceramics out of paper, and then we'll cut them up, arrange them, put them on my canvas. Will it come out? Who bloody knows at this point, but I tend to like pull things around somehow, so hopefully it'll be okay. So that's what I'm thinking. But before I start, I wanted to show you guys some cool things that I got at the op shop last week. And these are probably things that I'll use in art projects going forward, like sewing projects or things for Grump. I want to show you because I haven't shown anybody and I'm pretty excited. Okay, the first one. I am a sucker for a vintage floral, okay? Vintage floral fabrics, they do make them still, but they're not as cool as they used to be ages ago, like, years ago. And every now and then you stumble across one, the colors are really bright, really colorful, it's very cool. Now this dress, I think this is almost like a taffeta, like poly silk thing. Anyway, I couldn't go past it. The fabric is divine. Look at this print. I had to get it. Now, the dress is very small, okay? I'm talking like size, it says size 10, but you know what? This is like size 6, size 8. If this was your size, super cute dress. Okay, but I've never been a size 10 in my life, and I'm never going to. And I wanted to buy this anyway because the fabric was just too flippin' cool. I don't know what I'm going to make out of this. My thoughts were maybe I could turn this into like a really cool skirt. I'm not sure, but I wanted to show you guys because I just think it's really cool, and if I don't show somebody, then it won't get seen. So I got that. Super cool. Then I got this other fabric for $6 for 3 meters, and the vintage floral pattern in this fabric. is so cute, and I had to get it. Oh my god, so cute. I don't even know if these, I haven't even unwrapped this. I don't even know if it's 3 meters altogether. Oh, it looks like somebody's tried to make a skirt. Yeah, this looks like somebody's tried to make a skirt out of this but didn't finish it. Anyway, this is the fabric. It's so cool, and the colors are really cool too. I really, really like this. I don't know what I'm gonna make out of it. A dress maybe? I can make one of my dresses out of 2.5 meters of this fabric. Maybe a dress, maybe a skirt, maybe a quilt thing. I don't know, but it's really pretty. So I spent like, I don't know, $35 or something, but I got a bunch of fabric. Oh. Yeah, somebody's definitely tried to make a skirt out of this, because this is like a waistband situation. Anyway, very cool, and that is what I got from the op shop. And now I also want to show you guys something else, which I've been meaning to show, and it's that I got some fabric for free. Okay, I got this one, and this one, Christmas vibes. I'm worried these are gonna fall down. And this one. Ah! Oh boy. Oh no. Oh god. So I got that fabric from another small business in Melbourne who just had an overflow of jersey stock. And I've made a few things out of jersey, but it is something I would like to experiment with a little bit more. They were so amazing, and they were giving these rolls out for free for anybody that could go and get them. So I went and picked them up, and it's good because I've got all of this jersey that I can experiment with. I can make things out of if I want to. It's really cool and really amazing, and this is why I love the Melbourne like creative community. With that art, I've been really out of sewing at the moment, so I'm excited to eventually get back into it. I think for my prompt next week, I'll probably do a little bit of sewing, which would be really, really nice. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show you those cool things and share a little bit with you just outside of my bad art challenge, and I hope you enjoy my fabric op shop haul. Now let's go make some paper mosaics. So to start working on my mosaics, I had to make the fake ceramics. So I decided to get some foam cardboard. I hadn't used anything like this before, but I thought it would be good because it's kind of thick, so it's kind of similar to what a tile would be. And then I just drew the design that I wanted. I made this really cute floral cat plate that was going to be my centerpiece. And then I painted those like cute little details on there. And then I also wanted to do these flowers that would be cut up. So basically I'd do all of these colourful flowers, and then they'd all be cut up and then put around the broken plate in the middle. I hope that makes sense. I mean, look, it made sense when I was doing it. And then I'm just adding all these final little details to my little cat plate. I was so happy with how this turned out because it was very much like an homage to a floral vintage plate that you would find at an op shop. Then I cut it meticulously out of foam with my craft knife in this sort of, you know, scalloped shape that is also very reminiscent of a vintage floral plate. I really wanted the extra details that were around the plate to really bring out some of the colours. So I basically used the same colour palette to really bring it all together. This is probably the most stressful moment when I cut into my beautiful vintage plate as though, you know, I am cracking it apart essentially. This was very hard for me to do, but It came out really cool. Like, I was really happy with how I cut it. I cut it in a way that, like, if I'd smashed it, that's maybe how it would fall apart. And then here I just wanted a couple of extra plain coloured tiles to complete my mosaic. So I'm just painting the foam all the different colours from my colour palette, and then I'm going to cut them out into all these tiny little squares so that they're all ready to go. So these are all of my little pieces. I don't know if you can tell, but these are shiny now after I've spray painted them. This is my little faux plate that I've broken up, and these are all of the little tiles. They're all shiny. I sprayed them with this varnish spray last night. It was a bit of a rookie mistake because I was there spraying them after I had cut them and they were all sort of flying all over the place. But they're all done, ready to stick down. Now I'm just going to mix up some of my modelling paste, and then I will add this pink colour, which is going to be my background, on to this, and then we'll be finished. Let's go. It's all very self-explanatory. I basically just added the tiles in the way that I wanted them to appear across the artwork, and I think it came out really, really cute. Laying them down was a bit scary because I was like, oh god, like, are they all going to fit? Is it, like, you know, gonna look right? I can't really pick them up and then put them back down again, but I'm really, really happy with the way that it came together. Okay, so this next step is where it all turned to shit. Honestly, it looked fine and I should have just stopped here, but I decided that I wanted it to look really mosaic-y, and so I was like, I'm going to put more of this pink modelling paste into the cracks. Now, I started in the corner and I was like, yeah, I'll just start in the corner and see if I can wipe it off the top, but clearly I didn't stop, and I just kept going, shoving the bloody modelling paste into all the cracks. I was thinking, this is so cool, like it's so much like a mosaic. Then I started scraping the modelling paste off and thought, it's not really coming off the way that I thought it would. I thought that I would scrape the modelling paste off and then the picture would be revealed underneath and it would be an easy clean. Boy, was I wrong. Honestly, looking at this is giving me anxiety because what the hell was I doing? And here I am still trying to like scrape the modelling paste off. I let it dry for a while out in the sun, thinking that if I left it out there for a bit, then scraped it off, it might work. No, I lost my picture completely and I was devastated. This is my first bad art that hasn't worked and I'm really sad. I took a risk today by adding more modelling paste so that it looked more mosaic-ish, and now I'm kicking myself because I cannot fix it. So I'm gonna have to start all over and I don't know if I've got it in me. I'm really sad because it looked really good. Oh god. Oh, I've totally ruined it. I was like, okay, I'll put all the stuff on, and then I'll just clean it off, but the modeling paste didn't want to come off, so I tried sandpapering it, and it's just it's just a mess. I'm really sad because I really liked it and I thought it was going to be amazing, and I should have just stopped, but the perfectionist in me wanted to keep going, and now I've ruined it. The only other thing I'm thinking I could do is paint over the tiles, but honestly, there's so much, you can see, there's so much sandpaper, like dust in the creases now. I don't think it's worth it. I'm sad, but it's okay. I tried, and that's all that matters. Hey cuties, so I had kind of resigned to the fact that this was not going to be able to be saved, and I even put it in the bin. But one of my friends said, you know, it's kind of the epitome of bad art because it hasn't worked out. But I'm determined to somehow save it. So what I've done, and look, I might save it to a degree, but it's not going to be how it was. You know, I just couldn't give up on it. So what I'm doing now is I've just started painting the bits over again. So it's a lot of extra work, but I want to try and save it a little bit, you know. I just think it's a waste if I just got rid of it. And all of my bad art goes on display, and this is a big learning thing for me because all of my art so far has kind of been okay. It's very hard for me to let go, and I just don't want to let go of this because I think it looked really good. So I'm going to try and bring it back from the dead. Will it work? I don't know, but I can at least try. Couldn't believe that I pulled this thing out of the bin and I was somehow bringing it back to life, like rising from the ashes. This phoenix was. It was wild. This took me so long. Like, I don't even know how long. I want to say like 5 hours or something to repaint this. I was just so glad when it was finished. It was such a big job, but I just had to bring it back to life because I was just so devastated about what happened with the modelling paste. Yeah, so slowly I'm just adding all the tiny little details, making sure that they're as good as what I can get them. And yeah, I ended up just painting over all the flowers. Look, they're a little bit wonky, but I just at this point didn't really care. The grayer ended up changing, and yeah, just bringing the cat back to life again like the rest of the little artwork. But look, this really taught me a lesson that it's okay to like have hard times and to give up, but it's also okay to try and keep going. And I am proud that I kept going with this, and it looks okay. Hey cuties, so I finished mosaics. It was a really hard week for me. Didn't love every moment of it. Had some real testing times, but I'm really happy that I stuck it out and I finished it, because throwing it out in the middle would have just devastated me. I did have a friend encourage me to just put it up on the wall not finished, but I just couldn't let it go because I had put so much work into it. I really loved it. And so I was like, what way can I fix this so that it'll just be finished? I didn't care if it was perfect or not. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with how it came out. It's not perfect, but it's much better now than it was when I put it in the bin. So this is it. I'm really happy with it. Like I said, not perfect. I basically painted the design on every single square over again, and yeah, honestly, it looks okay. I'm really proud because I really pushed myself. I didn't give up, and you know, if I left it in the bin or pulled it out and just left it how it was, that's okay. But I'm actually really proud of myself for pushing through when it was really uncomfortable and just making it into something that, you know, I kind of like. And yeah, so here it is. Yay! Yeah, I'm pretty proud of how it came out, which is really lovely because it was a journey. Anyway, on to next week's. I'm pretty excited for something that's maybe a little bit less stressful. And I think this week has also taught me that maybe I need to just dial back how intense I go into some of these prompts. I go into them so intense sometimes, not realizing how long it will take, how much work it'll be. Sometimes I don't know, you know, how any of the stuff that I use on it works. And yeah, that's the fun of it, but I think it puts a lot of pressure on me to still make something that's perfect. The point of my bad art challenge is that I make things that aren't perfect, and I make things just for the sake of having fun and making them. I think I'm still trying to find that balance between making something because it's fun, but also making something because I want the final product to look good. So I need to try and like unlearn that a little bit more, I think, and just practice just having fun with it more. So that is what I'm going to try to do next week. I hope that you guys had fun watching me make my mosaics, and I hope that, you know, watching me struggle through it helps you not give up. As always, I just wanted to say thank you so much to my Patreon supporters who support my Bad Art Club. I really love this journey with you, and it's just really fun having a tiny little community that just cheers everybody on. So thank you, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!